What's up and welcome to a Cichlid Aquarium. Now I know it's been a long time since I've updated my channel. In fact, almost a year. But reason being, I figured I didn't really know much about these fish. I just got them. I was in the learning process. They were extremely small and I didn't know much about African cichlids. So now that I've owned these guys for a year, I figure I'm qualified to give people tips and advice, especially beginners, on how to have a thriving, successful tank. Now, if you look at this guy, he's actually from the original video. He's the king of the tank currently. He's a just leader. He's not too aggressive towards the other fish. But yeah, he's a red zebra. There he is, and he's currently the dominant fish in the tank. He is from the first video. We just had the bumblebee around here. He's from the first video as well. And these guys are about 5-6 inches now. In the original video they were much smaller, about an inch. Some yellow labs. This one's actually holding right now. It's a yellow lab. She's kind of getting picked on by the guys. Actually have some hornwort up here that they hide in from the males when they're picking on them. And this guy, here's an interesting story. Just got this guy. Little tip, never believe people at the pet store, because they'll try to sell you anything. I asked this guy if he was compatible for my tank. He said yes, they do well with these type of fish, come from the same region, Lake Malawi I believe you call it, and that they'll do fine in a 55-gallon tank. Now, I looked it up, and most of the information he gave me was correct, except for the fact that these guys grow pretty big, and they're suited for a 90-gallon tank. So I'll most likely be bringing him back. He's an electric blue ahi, I think it is, something like that. But he was so nice looking. I asked the guy, and he lied blatantly to me, so I just didn't know what the hell he's talking about. So he's probably gonna have to go back. Doesn't seem too aggressive now, but reading up on him, he supposedly gets extremely aggressive. Now, some questions. How have the fish been doing? How many have I lost? I haven't lost any. None have died since the first video. I did have to get rid of one of them, this guy's buddy, because they were both males and the other one was bigger than him and he was trying to savagely kill him. So I had to bring him back to the pet store. There's the bumblebee. He's from the first video. He's much bigger, 5 inches from about 1 in the first video. And yeah, I got some smaller fish. Introduced them recently. I thought they would get torn apart when I put them in. I was hoping not, that I wouldn't have to bring them back, but they're actually thriving, doing quite well. Yeah, what else? Questions. What kind of rocks do I have in my tank? Well, that's a good question. They were hard to find. I had to go all the way out, journey, to my local PetSmart. Yeah, these rocks are from PetSmart. They're actually fiberglass. Now, they were pretty nice rocks. I had one in the original video and went out and bought another one. But the problem was they were very bulky, taking up a lot of space. I had to put them near the center of the tank, and they were taking up a lot of swimming space. The fish had to swim around or over it. So I busted out my little Dremel, cut off the back of this one and some of the back of this one, pushed them straight against the back of the tank, and it gave them much more space to swim in without removing the caves that they can hide in. As you can see, this thing is littered with caves and little nooks and crannies, as well as this one. So, still have all their hiding spaces, and it's much more roomy in the front of the tank. Now, the added benefit was I was able to use the backs that I cut off and make extra caves. Like, they can swim under, through that, under there. That's actually a cave they can go in. This one over here is the other part. It's actually a cave too. They can get in here. The plecos, like, is actually a fish in there right now, but the plecos and some of the little guys can fit in that one. And back here is another cave that they can go into, and yet another one in the back there. So there's 3 caves over here. Here's another zebra. She's also holding at the moment. She was in the first video as well. I'll give more information on the 2 holding females in another video, but yeah, I have 2 holding females at the moment. So Anyway, let's get on. The rocks, just like I said, they are from PetSmart. Sand, just regular sand from PetSmart. I could have gone the play sand or the pool sand, pool filter sand route, but I heard this stuff is much easier to clean and work with, so, and it looks great, so I picked it up, and I'm extremely happy with it. I use something else to buffer. I don't have argonite or anything like that, or pH buffering sand. I use a pH buffer. It's really good. Cichlid, I believe is pronounced. You have a pH buffer, and it's great. So I use that to buffer the pH. I do about a weekly water change, about 50% every week. You know, sometimes I slack, but most part I do a 50% every week just to keep the nitrates down and keep the fish happy, because you have to overstock cichlids and there's a lot of waste, so you have to keep up on it. I'm actually currently running 2 filters. I've got 2 canister filters, no hang-on backs. One has a spray bar here, as you can see, and the other one is just a, you can't really see, it's a little dark, but it's just a skimmer pretty much. So, and then the other one, I have a power head over here, which also works to circulate the water. So I have great circulation, 2 canister filters, and these guys are doing fantastically. Now the canister filters I am currently working with are a Sunsun HW302 and a penn plax 700. Now in the upcoming videos I'll break those down for you when I do the filter, when I clean the filter. I'll show you what kind of media I have and what I'm using to keep my fish water filtered. But yeah, that's about it for this video. I'll keep you updated. I'm going to be posting a lot more videos here, so hopefully we'll get some subscribers and some people who are interested in learn some information that I've gathered over the year. And I'll give some of you beginner cichlid enthusiasts some helpful tips and knowledge. Like this one, for example. If you have females that are getting picked on, get a big bunch of hornwort and put it in the corner. Gives them a place to hide and, you know, get away from the pestering males. So that's what they're currently, since they're both holding, I think they get, you know, picked on more, it seems like, when they're holding fry. So this gives them a good place to hide from the males. So they can't even get in there and even bother them. So more friendly tips like that and stuff I learned over the last year upcoming. Just hit that subscribe button, and if you enjoyed the video, please rate and let me know how you liked it.